Welcome back to the channel. This is Honest Adonis 2. With LeBron's addition to the Philadelphia 76ers, he has now played with 3 Finals MVP winners: D. Wade, Jaylen Brown, and Shaquille O'Neal.
Wait, you can't do that.
Alleging these players had some kind of deficiency just because you couldn't win with them will ultimately be a part of LeBron James's legacy. The year before, whoever was okay, now they're washed as soon as they play with you. Meanwhile, when they're not playing with you anymore, now they're averaging 20 per game for multiple years. But I will go on record as saying, I believe he has had more help than Michael Jordan has had. At the same time, I will agree with LeBron James fans. LeBron's competition is tougher than Michael Jordan's competition was when you compare the 2 levels of competition.
Finally.
But my question is, why hasn't the competition needed more help to beat LeBron James?
Wait. What?
That's the part that's such a head scratcher. Like, it's hard for me to believe that Kevin Durant made a team overpowered, but he's played for 6 teams, and he hasn't made the 5 other teams overpowered or even win anything. But didn't Steph and the Warriors actually beat Jaylen Brown and the Celtics in, 2021, 2022? One could realistically use the same LeBron James fan excuse that they used for Jordan's Pistons and Lakers against Steph Curry. Oh, well, the Warriors got old. That's why LeBron was able to win. And keep in mind, if it sounds ridiculous, if it sounds like I'm reaching for the clouds,
Y'all be reaching for the clouds, reaching for the clouds, man.
keep in mind, these are your narratives, LeBron James fans, that you put on Michael Jordan. If it sounds like a valid point when you use it against Jordan, put all the context in there you want. Then it's gotta be valid when it comes to everybody else, especially Steph Curry. He's older than Magic Johnson. Magic was 32. He's older than Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons. But I'm absolutely positive you'll find a reason to articulate how it doesn't matter. It's not the same. I don't know. You tell me, was somebody injured? Because injuries are always a LeBron James fan excuse when it works to their favor, circa Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. But when you're injured and LeBron James is playing against you, now the injuries evaporate as if whatever guy was injured, oh, that guy? That don't mean nothing. Or if you, the star player, was injured, unless your leg was broken or off, your injury doesn't seem to matter. So yes, we do have to keep it 100 with ourselves. LeBron James's competition was tougher than Michael Jordan's competition was. But that's because LeBron James is softer than Michael Jordan was. Because LeBron James's competition doesn't even need as much help as LeBron James does. I mean, think about it. LeBron James's competition should also have a sports management agency. They should also have their equivalent of Clutch Sports, to where when you look at the 76ers, there's 5 people on that team who are represented by Clutch Sports, not to mention various members of the media who have admitted we're represented by Clutch Sports. Michael Jordan's competition didn't have that, but also LeBron's competition doesn't have that. The Mavericks, Dirk and these guys, they don't have a friend who has a sports management company and they're being managed by that company. Tim Duncan didn't have that. Kobe Bryant didn't have that. Steph Curry doesn't have that. That's something that never gets talked about. It's like at this point, we're just used to it. But it is, in fact, a conflict of interest. As I Googled, 0 active NBA players have an agency dynamic identical to LeBron James and Clutch Sports Group. Now, I asked why. There must be some kind of reason. And according to ChatGPT, the dynamic remains entirely unique because modern NBA rules, strict player union regulations, and intense league scrutiny have completely blocked the structural pathways LeBron James used to launch Clutch Sports Group. So the NBA instituted new rules for LeBron. Nobody else can do what LeBron did. Y'all are not allowed to do it. It goes on to say, while LeBron's arrangement was grandfathered in and survived rigorous league audits, 4 structural and regulatory walls prevented any active player today from replicating it. So LeBron actually had the advantage over his competition, and he still lost 6 times to these guys. Now, I'm not going to get into all of this stuff, but that alone is a conflict of interest. Jordan was better than his competition. LeBron is not better than his competition. Even with the help of the NBA, the help of rules being changed specifically for him, being able to stack his teams in a way that nobody else in the NBA has been able to do. He still lost 6 times. Now, LeBron fans can't really say too much to me about this. I mean, kind of like hyenas, they laugh at you. It's interesting if you look at this graphic here. The cope continues. You see on the side, this guy says Kobe wouldn't be shit without Shaq. The question is, how does this guy get 2 finals MVPs without a player like Shaq? 2 things. First, they want to point to Pau Gasol, to which I would have to use the LeBron logic, which is, what did you win before LeBron, right? So likewise, what did you win before Kobe? Pau Gasol. If the answer is nothing, then you can't use that. Keep in mind, this is LeBron logic. These are evidences and proofs that you brought into this basketball court. Now, even though it wasn't in discovery, I can use it since you brought it up. So the jury has no choice but to accept it as evidence. That's first. Secondly, they'll give all the credit to Phil Jackson. If coaches are now a part of the mix, then you have to say Michael Jordan beat Larry Bird in 1998 playoffs. Oh yeah, you didn't realize that Larry Bird was a coach, and Michael Jordan beat him, and the best three-point shooter of the 90s, who's still top 10 in three-point shooting right now today. July 29th, 2026. Reggie Miller was coached by Larry Bird, and before you say something about his help, they had a bomb squad. Mark Jackson, his starting point guard, is 7th all-time in assists still right now today. You cannot tell me about all of these stats that LeBron wants us to check, but everybody else's stats don't matter. Top 10 all-time, 81 years of basketball, it has to matter. Fuck you, acting like it don't. I just have to say that to you wholeheartedly. Please excuse my inner city vernacular, members of the jury. Where was I? Yes, of course. Larry Bird and those Indiana Pacers featuring Mark Jackson, 7th all-time in assists, and Reggie Miller, 7th all-time in three-point shooting, lost to Michael Jordan and the Bulls en route to their 2nd three-peat. And this is a old Michael Jordan. Let's put the shoe on a different foot. Instead of LeBron being young and in his prime, facing an old Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks, Michael Jordan and the Bulls are that old Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks team. Michael Jordan is that old Tim Duncan and the Spurs team. Michael Jordan and the Bulls is that old guard in Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons and Magic Johnson and the Lakers. Michael Jordan is now, and he was still able to win. This is since you're putting coaches in the mix. That's why you should watch your motherfucking mouth, LeBron James fan, because you really don't know what you're talking about. Follow me now. You see it says LeBron's competition didn't need as much help as LeBron needed. That's the part. Kobe only had Pau, Duncan only had the draft. None of these guys had a sports management agency to which they could see contracts, they could move players around, they could put certain people on their teams later for if the management said so. They just don't have that advantage. And if you think it's not an advantage, then how come everybody else can't do it? And the whole Kobe, Jordan, 90s, all of that stuff is smoke and mirrors. It's a distraction to get you not talking about the part. How come you have a sports management team? How come you're now on a team in the Philadelphia 76ers when the starting 5 is represented by your best friend? People say insider trading is illegal, but that's illegal for me and you to do. You know, there was a time in America when nobody except for rich white men could vote. No women, not even white men. You had to own land in order to vote. And who instituted that law? Well, the rich white men. The rules are for you. The loopholes are for them. That whole conversation is for my conspiracy YouTube channel. You can go over there and check that out. We can get more into that. So if Jordan's numbers are cooked, then everybody's numbers are cooked, including LeBron. And LeBron's numbers are cooked, in my estimation, So you won't realize he's had more advantages than anyone in NBA history. He's had more advantages than his competition, but he still lost 6 times to his competition. And his reasoning for losing to his competition, Jordan's competition wasn't as tough as them. But Jordan was supposed to lose when he was old. Kevin Garnett is in the league, Ray Allen is in the league, Jason Kidd is in the league, Shaq and Kobe are in the league. Everyone who won on LeBron James's watch. And here's the thing, Slick, right? Your watch starts when you win your first ring. A lot of people would say that. When Jordan came in the league in 84, that was Magic and Larry Bird's watch. They already had multiple rings. Isaiah Thomas, he was already in the league. Came in 81. Steph, Clay, and Dre, they all came after you, LeBron. Those are your little niggas. KG, he didn't win on Jordan's watch. Ray Allen, Jason Kidd, Shaq, Kobe. First of all, Shaq and the Magic beat Phil and Scotty. Jordan came on later to help y'all. Once he got a full 82 games in, Shaq ain't win again until Phil Jackson came to the Lakers. Phil never gets the credit, Kobe never gets the credit, but Kobe led in assists for all 3 of those finals MVPs that Shaq got. Google that. Google is free. Kobe's a ball hog, allegedly, but he led the Lakers in assists. I challenge you to Google that. That should not be the case. If Shaq carried Kobe, he should have been able to carry everybody and win a finals MVP with everybody he played with. He should have been able to win a finals MVP with Penny. He should have won finals MVP with D. Wade and Pat Riley. He wasn't washed because just in 2021, y'all was saying, oh, D. Wade had Shaq. But you know what? I like playing pop the balloon with these dudes' narrative. As soon as their narratives walk into the studio, I just pop. I don't want to hear it. So that's my take. I'm sticking to it. Tell me what you think in the comments. LeBron fans, I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to my people. And you're not my people. We're not friends. Go find your father. Talk to him about sports. Because if you think I want to have a conversation with you about anything, I got to tell you, like LeBron in the finals, you lose again.